And the show goes on. Look out, look out, look out, ladies and gentlemen. It's another episode of LolcowRewind. Wicka Rewind. I'm your host, Billy the Fridge. And it's a very messy episode of Rewind. I'm going to bring in my co-host for the evening, Xylee Gets Real. Xylee, you're live on LolcowRewind.
What's up?
Just having a bad reaction to tonight's episodes.
Ugh, yeah.
You're not enjoying the festivities. Lolcow Live had a angry girl episode. We had Batgirl was angry on Cafe. We had Zay was mad with Glammy, and then that turned into something totally different. Mishima Bloodline, thank you for the grifted. We got some breaking news.
All right.
Do we? Is that what you're doing there?
Yeah, in a way.
What's going on?
Nothing. Go.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm trying to talk to you about what's going on tonight. So,
okay.
What's going on tonight?
Nah, it's just a bunch of bullshit. I think it was irresponsible what Boogie did.
Okay, so
I really do.
Let's talk about what happened.
Highly irresponsible.
Let's talk about what happened. So tonight, Briggs Corner, welcome to Cash Cow, and Maximus Houdini, welcome to Cash Cow earlier tonight before we even started. So tonight on LolcowRewind, do we have clips of what happened? Do we know what happened? Boogie,
I have it. Oh, good.
Do you want to pull up the clip? This is what happened.
I have the timestamp if you want to watch it.
Well, I just want to show the audience what happened in case they missed out, so we can tell them what happened. Just to get everything started real quick.
Well, I have it where Boogie started. Do you want it to go back?
Let's just where did Boogie start? Just so we know where it started.
Some uninterrupted 5 minutes or something, please. Look, I obviously have a history with sex work. Okay. Right, my mama did fucking sex work. I've known a lot of sex workers, okay? And sex workers, by the way, turn out to be the worst motherfuckers on the planet. I'm sorry if selling your pussy is the only fucking trade skill you can learn, but guess what? It's got an expiration date.
Added $20. I know you say I'm boring, but anytime I've ever gone up on a show, it was just to talk about whatever they were talking about. It wasn't to entertain anyone, but it's okay. All good in the LCU hood.
He's got he's got a complex now over my criticism. But go ahead, Boogie.
I have a beef with sex workers because every sex worker I've ever met, and you know I've met quite a few, they all turn out to be the worst motherfuckers on the planet.
You know who else can be the worst motherfuckers on the planet?
Who's that?
YouTubers.
Well, anybody can be the worst people. I've met horrible garbage men, and most garbage men are really good people.
Exactly. That's my point. That you can take any job and place it into that sentence. Just saying.
They are human fucking garbage, okay? And like, if your only tread skill is your ability to sell your pussy, bad news, you're gonna be out of work when you turn 30. So you need to learn a fucking skill. I get that you can make rent money by selling your...
People buy pussy well into the 50s and 60s.
That is very true, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I had to move the chat over here to me so I could see it.
pussy on OnlyFans, congratulations. Have some self-respect. You got to live another 70 years after that pussy expires. Figure your shit out. But that's fine. That's fine. We have sex workers in the LCU, and I don't have a problem with them. Sex work is work. Sex work is work. In this economy, get fucking paid. You got to get laid to get paid. I said that a million fucking times. And I have my personal beef with Zay Zudin. I think she's fucking boring. I don't like watching her. She hurt my girlfriend's feelings, and I'll never forgive her for that.
So is that what this is really about?
I'm not sure.
That's my question.
I didn't watch this part of Lolcow Live, so that's why I wanted to bring it up, because I didn't see it. So I didn't see
that's
exactly
why
what
I had
happened.
the timestamp there, because I wanted to see the whole entire thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But is that what this is really about? Is it really about her like hurting Desi's feelings?
I don't know. Did he say that was what it was about?
No, but he sure does mention it a lot. Not just this time, but he has mentioned it a lot before. So.
But S1K is a piece of human fucking garbage. I don't even know if he's an American fucking citizen, by the way. I expect him to get picked up by ICE any goddamn day of the fucking week, and I hope you fucking do. After the way I heard this cocksucker motherfucker treating Zay, on the day I joined fucking Nerds as their manager, she was bawling her fucking eyes out, and this...
Question. How long ago was Boogie the manager of Nerds? But how long ago was that?
It was before Fat Camp, right?
Yeah. So what? Couple months ago? April?
Was that February?
February. So February, March, April, May. So 3 months ago. No, June. So 3, maybe 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Just remember that. 3 or 4 months.
Motherfuckers in the background screaming at her. On what planet have you ever... She said he was just helping me. He's just helping me. On what planet has screaming at a crying woman ever fucking helped them? It never fucking has. It never fucking will. And by the way, I seen the bruises on your fucking arms, Zay. I saw the bruises on your fucking arms. Several people did. And I fucking know. I fucking know the truth. You defend him like he abuses you. You defend him like you're afraid to go to sleep with him mad at you at night. That's how you fucking defend.
Hold on.
Boogie is very spiteful.
Boogie is very spiteful, Nail Slammer says.
Now, do you see how he's describing this right now? I'm gonna go back a little bit so you can rehear it, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Let's go back a little bit. Let's see how he's describing this part. We'll go there.
Picked up by ICE any goddamn day of the fucking week, and I hope you fucking do. After the way I heard this cocksucker motherfucker treating Zay, on the day I joined fucking Nerds as their manager, she was bawling her fucking eyes out, and this motherfucker's in the background screaming at her. On what planet have you ever... She said he was just helping me. He's just helping me. On what planet has screaming at a crying woman ever fucking helped them? It never fucking has. It never fucking will. And by the way, I seen the bruises on your fucking arms, Zay. I saw the bruises on your fucking arms. Several people did. And I fucking know. I fucking know the truth. You defend him like he abuses you. You defend him like you're afraid to go to sleep with him mad at you at night. That's how you fucking defend him. You defend him like a rabid fucking dog. It's one thing to defend your girl the way I defended mine. It's another to defend your man like you're fucking afraid of him. Because I believe you are. I believe you're terrified of him. And if the way he treats other hosts in this LCU, and the way he treats people on that Discord is a fraction of how shitty he treats you, then he is a piece of shit.
Now, to you, no sweeping. If you heard this from anybody describing anybody, okay, what would you think coming out of hearing that?
What would I think come out of hearing that?
Yeah, like what kind of picture do you think Boogie is painting with that?
He
with
obviously doesn't like S1K.
Obviously. He's making it sound like S1K beats the shit out of her.
Based on the conversation he heard S1K have with Zay Zudid, he thinks S1K is probably abusive maybe physically, but based on the way he was talking to her, he would say he is verbally abusive from what he heard.
Okay, great. Now, let's go as a viewer point of view. As soon as he mentioned bruises and you defend him like you're scared to go to bed with him mad at you, he makes it sound like the S1K beats the shit out of her. And that's the part people are going to take away with and run.
Well, I think that's what he's trying to say, right? He's trying to insinuate that he thinks that based on the way he talked to her, that he thinks he very well could be. He's not saying he does. He's saying he thinks he does, right?
So what are people normally going to do? You're saying this in front of an audience of 4,000 people. Half the Discord already doesn't like S1K or Zay. So what are they going to run with at that point? S1K beats the shit out of Zay. That's what they're going to run with.
Or they're going to run with Boogie is acting like a total fucking psycho yelling at a girl who he thinks is being abused.
I can tell you now from the Discord, most of it was S1K is beating his girlfriend.
Well, I think half the people are probably going to say that because that's what half the people also think. Boogie is not the only one that thinks this. People were thinking this before Boogie as well.
You know what? And I agree with the statement of freedom of speech, right? I agree with freedom of speech. If this is how he thinks, he has all right as a human being to say how he thinks. I personally think it was irresponsible for him to do this on live stream. Go ahead.
Boogie's not the only person who thinks this, right? I've heard other people think this. So the other people who think this they're not all just thinking this because Boogie thinks this. They're thinking this because a lot of people think this. Boogie's partially thinking this because Boogie heard them talk this way, but other people also think this. Do they think this maybe because they hate S1K? Because S1K trolls them? Maybe that's the only reason they think that. You know? Maybe that's the only reason. I don't know. But there are people who do perpetuate that thought in the Discord, and it's not because Boogie said it. It's because they already dislike S1K.
That's true. That part is true, and I got that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is it's irresponsible in a multitude of reasons. One, you have no proof of what you're saying.
He has the proof that he's heard them yelling and screaming, right?
And I'm supposed to sit here and believe a person with a liar tattoo on their face and he perpetuates the fact that he's always lying. Hello, look at the tattoo. I'm supposed to just sit here and go, okay, Boogie, you must be right. Come on, man. It doesn't work that way.
Well, they didn't deny that Boogie heard that either, right?
No, we'll watch that part because I want to watch the whole thing. I don't give a shit about anything else. This is what I want to concentrate on. We'll watch the whole thing.
Boogie, you're live on LolcowRewind.
Look, what I'm telling you, do I have proof that he's beating her? No, and I've never said that he in fact is. I believe he is. And I've said that, and I'll say that till I'm blue in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Do I believe that's where the bruises came from? That's what I believe, yes.
Okay, Boogie, I'm going to explain the reason why I think it's irresponsible.
No, hold on. You asked me where my proof is, and I'm going to tell you where my proof was. I heard it with my own fucking ears. That's my proof. That's all the proof I need. What I'm telling you is that I heard abusive language and abusive attitude coming out of his fucking mouth, and I heard that with my own ears. And the only proof I need for that is the proof that I heard it. I'm telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I believe. Okay. Did I record the phone call? No, I'm not in the habit of recording phone calls.
Right.
I wish I had. I genuinely wish I had. And you don't have to believe me. I'm still going to speak my truth. I understand that I'm an unreliable witness. I don't give a fuck. When someone is being hurt and I have the opportunity to voice my opinion that they are being hurt, I am going to share it.
Boogie, now I want you to listen to me. You know why I think it's irresponsible? I'm going to give you 2 reasons why I think it's irresponsible. One, you got to have proof with stuff like that. I believe personally.
I was there. I heard it. I have the proof.
I need you to shut the fuck up and please let me talk, okay?
Okay, well, what you're saying is silly because I do have the proof.
But I got a second opinion. Will you please shut the fuck up? What I'm saying is that, one, I think it's irresponsible to say shit like that without proof. Second of all, if it is happening, Why do you think you're helping someone by saying it in front of 4,000 people? I've been in an abusive relationship. That motherfucker whipped my ass with a fucking Christmas tree just because my grandfather embarrassed him.
Well, I
So
tried
if you
talking.
think that's happening, embarrassing the situation in front of 4,000 people could actually make it worse.
I tried to handle it privately. I went in one morning. Me and Desi had talked about it the night before. We woke up talking about it. And she said, you should say something at some point. So on that day, I happened to see S1K alone in Nerds Chat without Zay Zooted around. And so I went in and I asked him a very simple question. I'm like, do you treat your girl well? Because I'm worried that you don't, based on the things I've seen and the things I've heard. And the next thing I know, he doesn't say shit to me. Zay Zooted's in the chat. How dare you make that accusation? How dare you? You didn't hear what you think you heard. He was yelling at me because yelling at me helps me when I'm bipolar. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Then she started attacking me. Then she started attacking Desi. I tried to talk to them about it privately. It was a no-go. I was told, no, I'm not talking to you about this privately. I literally tried to engage with him about it with the simplest question: do you treat your woman well? So yeah, at this point, I felt like I've run out of options, and I spoke about it in
Okay.
the only forum I have.
And that's absolutely fine. And to the people in the chat saying Boogie had the right to say what he said, yeah, Boogie can say whatever the fuck he wants. And guess what? I have the right to call it out if I think it's wrong, or I have the right to agree with it. So freedom of speech works both ways.
Yes, and I might have made a bad situation worse. I'm willing to accept and understand that, but I don't know what else to do. I have sat on this for months and months and months. I've talked about it privately with anybody that would listen. There's very little anybody else can do. I don't like Zay Zooted. I want to make it abundantly clear.
We already know, Boogie.
Yeah.
You've
And
said it multiple times.
And I'm still willing to risk my fucking career on calling this shit out for her. I'm willing to risk getting called and dragged a liar another fucking time because it's not right, man.
I don't
believe
think
that
you're
shit's
risking
Why
your
did
career.
why did you bring it up tonight?
Because I listened to fucking
Give me 1
My
second. 1
only
second.
opinion I'll put for S1K is he came from a toxic game community / has consistent behavior showing toxicity not just verbally. Who's to say he doesn't normalize that behavior with anyone close to him? Zay equals Stockholm Syndrome.
I only did that temporary,
There-
by the way.
There could be a Stockholm Syndrome, but we don't know. They could be just fine. She could be absolutely happy with him and the way he acts. We don't know how they are behind the scenes. We have no idea.
I don't.
Boogie
But I
has
am telling you what
Boogie
I'm
has
afraid
heard
of.
something. Boogie has heard something, and Boogie feels some type of way. And Boogie said something tonight. And now again, now that TTS is over, Boogie, how do you feel? Why did you say what you said tonight?
I was listening to clips of other people talking about what a piece of shit S1K is. And I'm like, God, maybe someone will fucking listen to me now. Maybe if I talk about it now, when everybody else is talking about what a piece of shit he is, they'll finally fucking hear me. Because I have talked about it till I'm blue in the goddamn face. And this is how this shit gets passed. This is how this shit continues to happen. When I was a fucking kid and this shit was happening to me, I told people and no one did shit. No one gave a fuck. They let it fucking happen, man. You have to try to fucking do something. When you see something, you say something, man. When you see something, you say something. And I fucking seen it. And I saw an opportunity to fucking say it. And maybe it wasn't the right place at the right time. And if that's the case, I'm fucking sorry. But I seen it and I wanted to say it at a time that I thought people would fucking listen.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounded like you described an argument.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but
honestly.
listen, maybe that is all it is. But listen, when my girl or my ex-wife or anybody else, a fucking stranger is crying, I don't scream at him, man. That's the instant stop being angry button for me. When someone starts crying, when my girl starts crying, I stop being angry. I certainly stop raising my fucking voice and I try to help them with their feelings. I realize that I've hurt their feelings and I'm going to try to help them with their feelings because I'm not getting my point across anymore. All I'm doing is hurting somebody I love. So I learned real fucking quick, and I think that's pretty goddamn common. I think that's pretty goddamn common that when your partner starts crying, you stop being angry and you start taking care of your fucking partner.
Jones
I
and
don't think it's as common as you think it is.
Jones is
Well, it
not,
should
bro.
be.
Well, it should be.
It should
be. Now, Jones is not, bro. You just possibly put her in so much more danger. Get the fuck out of here. If that's the case, then here right now, when she's at her strongest in the LCU, when she has the community around her the most, then if that's actually the case, then maybe now is the time to shed light on it and have the danger come out now when everybody is here to help pick her up and pull her out of it. I'm hoping that's not the case, though. I'm hoping S1K is not that guy.
I'm hoping that.
I'm hoping
Yeah,
Boogie.
I'm fucking wrong.
I'm hoping
but
Boogie
also
saw
hoping that I'm
something
not.
at the worst moment and it's been lingering in his mind, and he came out with some bullshit tonight, and because it was just been lingering in his mind because he saw some bullshit a while ago. I'm hoping this is a case of some bullshit's been lingering in Boogie's mind and it came out tonight. Because obviously,
my thought process again is, if it's not happening, then where's the harm? And I'll tell you where that comes from. People accused me of abusing my ex-wife. Every commentary person, every single one. I've heard it 1,000 times with Desi. I'm abusing her, I'm manipulating her, all these other things. And it's just fundamentally not true. And it doesn't bother anymore because I know it's not fundamentally not true. I don't attack you for saying that. I don't get mad at you for saying it anymore because that shit ain't happening. It never did. So where's the harm in taking a lens and looking at my relationship? Where's the harm in trying to figure out whether or not Desi is safe? I see no harm in it.
Okay,
and I
Boogie.
see no harm in wanting to make sure that Zay's safe too.
Well, I can tell you this: if it's happening, if what you think is happening, saying it on a live stream in front of people, that's not going to help.
Well, if I'm wrong to have said it, I'm wrong. But man, I don't know what else to do.
Okay, Boogie, let me ask you something. You said something about there was a call with other people in it.
Yeah, Glammy was there. Pharaoh was
Who
there.
else? Who else was in there? Glammy?
Glammy and Pharaoh. We were 15 minutes late on Nerd. I joined the call. I'm like, what is happening? They was like, I can't get it working. Oh, she's crying her eyes out. He's in the background doing, don't go live. What are you doing? What is wrong with you? And she's like, I'm crashing out. He's like, why are you screaming at her? She's trying to do her job. I told her, I said, look, you're in a safe space. You can crash out here. There's no problem with that. You'll make more money crashing out here than you would just doing a show. So go out and be upset. It's okay to be upset here. You're in a safe place to be upset.
Now, I pulled Batgirl in because Batgirl might have something to say about all this. Charm Skull also said this isn't the first time Boogie brought this up. He brought it up during the Bean and Grimm versus Zay and Stick debacle as well. So Boogie has tried to comment on this before. It has been something he's said before.
Yeah, I've tried to resolve it privately. I tried to resolve it behind the scenes. I've even mentioned it on live stream before that I don't trust that man based on what I've seen, and no one seems to give a shit. So tonight I was as loud as I could be.
I don't think that's a good idea, though, because if it's true, then he could be behind the scenes right now beating her fucking ass.
But here's another thing.
And
If it is true,
he was doing that anyway. If it's true, he was doing that anyway.
If it is true, then Boogie can say whatever he wants, and Boogie still isn't beating Zay Zooted. S1K is. That's just the fair fact of it, okay? Boogie's not the bad guy here if S1K is beating Zay right now. S1K is still the bad guy. Let's get that over with right now. Okay.
So if S1K isn't doing that, then who's the bad guy?
Nobody's the bad guy. Boogie heard something terrible and Boogie talked about it.
If you need me to be the bad guy, I'll be the bad guy.
Yeah.
I'm the bad guy that literally got on my hands and knees and prayed for her tonight. I'll be that kind of bad guy.
Yeah. If S1K is doing it, then Boogie's the fucking idiot. And Boogie needs to be called an idiot for calling something out. But here's the thing. Just because he's an idiot doesn't mean he's the bad guy. He's doing something, hopefully, out of worry. Now, if Boogie is doing this to drum up drama, if he's doing this just to drum up drama, then Boogie's a piece of shit, right?
Yeah, and of course I'm not doing that. Why would I be doing that? Why would I be trying to resolve it privately? And she also said I was in cahoots with fucking Yo Mama or something. She said I scripted this or some shit. Motherfucker, never, never. With something as personal as the abuse that I went through, knowing that several people, including Xylee in the LCU, have dealt with this type of abuse, knowing that we just dealt with this issue when it came to Jordy and Kelly. No, this is not content. This isn't for fun. This isn't a script. I'm not working behind the scenes with somebody. Nobody told me what to say. I'm just concerned for the girl.
I don't fucking know. I just think the whole way that you fucking went about it was really fucking bad. And if it's not true, then you just made a fucking bold assumption on a guy where people aren't even gonna fucking care what you have to say afterwards because they're just gonna fucking run with the fact that they heard once, like, oh, this guy fucking does this shit to this woman.
A lot of people, Discord server. Nobody likes this motherfucker. He's an abusive piece of shit to our Discord members. He's an abusive piece of shit to other hosts. If he's not being an abusive piece of shit to Zay, great. Zay's the one person in the world he's fucking good to. But everyone else that I fucking know has never had a positive experience with him.
A lot of people were already saying this stuff about S1K. I don't know if Boogie started it from back when he first said the yelling story before, but the conversation has been happening in the background quietly with a lot of people. So the conversation maybe going public needs to be had so he can get the allegations behind him and just move forward as not being that guy in general. The conversation maybe needs to be had for that so Zay and S1K can move forward.
Yes, they're separate conversations. Him trolling people, and can S1K be an asshole in the Discord? 100%. 100%.
Yes, he can. He can start fights that are completely unfucking warranted.
I'm not saying that separately. I'm saying the Discord is saying there are people in the Discord who are saying the S1K is abusive towards Zay. It's not Boogie's accusation.
I know, and I'm telling Boogie that when he starts going off on how S1K trolls everybody and is an asshole, that is something separate than the Zay shit, and stop putting them together. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. What I'm saying though, completely separate. If this drove him out of our community would be better for it. So even if I'm wrong here, even if I just made an accusation based off the yelling and screaming and bruises that I've seen, if that's it and I turned out to be wrong and he was like, you know what, man, I should stop being a piece of shit in that community, I still call that a net gain.
Where has S1K been? Where has he been since all of this went down?
I haven't seen him in the Discord typing yet. I'm going to be honest.
I haven't seen him either. Does anybody know where he is?
Fucking sense to behave, be a goddamn decent human being for the first time since he's in this goddamn LCU. That'd be great.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Boogie. I'm not saying that you don't believe what you think, okay? I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is you sound very vengeful right now.
Yes, I hate this motherfucker. He hits a girl. If he hits a girl, I fucking hate him. I would be as vengeful as I can. If you hit a woman, you are no man. You've lost your right to your balls.
That's true.
Of course I sound vengeful. I'm vengeful to any abuser.
But wait a minute. What I'm saying is you sound vengeful because of how he's acted in the Discord.
No,
and how
I'm
he's
just saying
acted
that's a wonderful.
Desi, or how Zay's acted towards Desi.
Yeah, I'm literally here trying to help Zay. I'm literally here to help Zay. That I'm setting all of that aside to help the girl.
I just don't think this is helping.
So
I really don't think it is.
Was your talk with S1K 2 weeks ago? Is that the 2 weeks you were talking about?
No, 2 weeks ago was when she was on Nerds with bruises on her arm. Because she doesn't take iron pills. She said.
For Glammy and Pharaoh to be there, it was longer than 2 weeks.
No, he's talking. The call was before that.
The bruises were a separate issue. The bruises are a separate issue.
These are multiple
happened
issues.
2 weeks ago, there were bruises on her arms 2 weeks ago.
Now, Boogie, when you were yelling at her and talking over her and screaming at her at the end of live, That was just you like being abusive, right? Like that was just
100%. Sure, 100%. I'm not her fucking partner.
that's
I,
that, yeah.
I'm not married to. I'm not marrying the girl. I don't live with her. And so if she comes into my show and tells me you're scripting this, so and so told you what to say, you're making this up. This is just for clout. Fuck you. Fuck you. I can both try to help you and call you out on saying something that fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So it's okay
Okay.
for you to scream at a girl that was almost in tears?
I ain't married.
But it's
her.
not abusive when you do it, though, right?
Sure it is. Sure it is. And guess what? I shouldn't marry her.
He
I
just-
shouldn't marry her then,
he
should
just-
I?
he
I
just
shouldn't
said-
live with her.
he-
I shouldn't pimp her out. I shouldn't pimp her out then, should I, S1K?
He did
I
just
probably
say-
shouldn't be close to her, huh?
He did just say that it was abusive as he said that he did it. Yeah, he did agree to it being abusive as he said it. So.
I agree 100%. I treated her the same way I treat every other host.
He said once
I'm
she
going to-
once she called out his comments as being scripted, he attacked her and said, "Yeah, well, fuck you. They're not scripted. This is real, and fuck you." He was
I
attacking
treated
her
her the same way I'll treat any
Yeah.
other host.
So, okay. So if it's not happening, then how else do you expect her to react? Like, don't you think, like, if stuff
Accuse
like
me
that
of beating Desi. Accuse me of beating Desi right now. Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to.
Hey,
Pretend
Boogie.
you did.
Hey,
Pretend you
Boogie.
did.
Hey,
All right, let's
Boogie.
pretend you
Boogie.
did. Hold on.
Boogie.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shut the fuck up for a second. The way you talk to Zay, motherfucker. Do you talk that way to Desi? Do you put your hands on Desi? Do you fucking hit Desi, motherfucker? Do you abuse
No,
Desi? Do you fucking hit Desi, don't you?
No, of course not.
Oh,
Weird that you think that.
well, I'm sorry.
Not everybody reacts the same way, Boogie.
I
And
thought the
Boogie,
way you
we've
hit-
seen
you
you,
I thought the way you yelled at
seen-
Zay, it would mean you would hit your girlfriend. I'm sorry.
Boogie,
Well,
the
that's
way
a
you
fair thing,
cra-
but it's just not true.
But you have crashed out over sillier shit. Not
Yeah,
even
but
silly
not-
shit. You've
But not
crashed
on,
out
not
over
on my
silly shit.
partner. Not on my partner. Not on the person that I'm building a life with. Not with my person. Not with my soulmate. The way I treat my soulmate is the way that I would want to be treated, which is with love and kindness and respect.
Boogie, I can tell you now, if you had thrown something like that about me and my husband, if you think I would stay calm and sit there and let you just say that shit,
no. Hell no. There's no way in fuck.
Well,
yeah.
if someone
I'm
calls me
gonna
a
go
pur-
nuclear.
But here's
if
the thing.
somebody calls me a purple people eater, I don't give a fuck because I'm not a purple people eater. And if you call me an abuser, I don't really give a fuck because I'm not an abuser. I ain't going to put too much effort into it.
I've had Zay Zooted react to me when I ask simple questions in a way that seems very panicked and emotional, and I try and be very kind in response to her because I don't know what's going on in her life, and I never place it on any actual personal abuse in the household, domestic thing. I never do that because I don't know how much pressure she has with all the people who troll her in the Discord. I don't know what everything is like in her life, but I do know that she has responded to me in ways that I think are overreactionary. So I know she's
Me too.
dealing with a lot, you know? And that could be from a myriad of different things.
Well,
And-
yeah, of course. She's also fucking mentally ill that we learned today, with her being fucking bipolar. So it's really not that big of a fucking surprise, that she's going through shit.
Ask Google if someone's having a bipolar manic episode, if you should scream at them a bunch. Because guess what Google's going to tell you? Nah, bro.
Boogie, I overreact to shit all the fucking time.
I mean, are you expecting humans to be perfect like 24/7? You know what I
saying.
mean?
No,
Like,
she said-
if
she
he's
said-
screaming this,
He said
fucking-
the reason he was yelling at me is because I'm bipolar. That's not a good reason to yell at somebody. That's the opposite of the
not.
reason to yell at
Nobody
somebody.
said he was doing it right. Nobody said that it was right that he was doing
Hey,
it.
also,
But he
you
could've
asked.
simply just
Also,
win an
you asked
argument.
where my proof was. My proof is she said it happened. That would be my proof. Go back. She literally said, "Yeah, he was yelling at me that
But
day
she
because."
wasn't calling it abuse. But
Whoa, whoa,
she
whoa, whoa,
wasn't
whoa.
calling it abuse.
But you can't
Whether or not she
when-
yelled it,
when-
whether or not
You
he
can
yelled
yell
her
at
that
somebody
day
without
is no
abusing
longer
them.
is no longer a question though, because she fucking said it was due.
A lot of
If
people,
I'm not a reliable
lot of
witness,
people,
hopefully she is.
a lot of people who are being hit also won't admit to it being abuse too, right? Like,
yeah, I did it for
Yeah.
6 years. I know.
exactly.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
we
I've been in
can't-
situations like that too, but
Yeah,
goddamn.
we can't argue. We can't argue. Like the person being abused isn't always the person who is the arbiter of what abuse is.
Well, no, absolutely.
go
I
there.
get that. I 100% get that. Okay, again, 6 years went through it. All right, but the
No.
thing is
You can't look at every situation like that and think that it's fucking abuse. You know what I mean? You can't just automatically look at somebody fucking arguing or screaming or
understand.
yelling
But
and think that's
Boogie
every time.
knows abuse too, guys. Like
I understand.
I think if he saw
But-
it and he thinks this, maybe he has some sort of knowledge of what abuse could be, and he's not just taking an argument and
I have
running with an
knowledge of
argument.
what
My
abuse
original
is
opinion-
too.
well,
It
if I
comes
may,
in many
if I may.
different shapes and
yes,
If I
but
may.
he saw the argument. Okay, he said it seemed like abuse. So that's his point on the argument. I'm not saying you guys don't know what abuse is. You're saying some people just argue. He's saying what he saw felt more like verbal abuse. That's the only thing here.
Well, if you really would like to know my entire train of thought, which I would like to have been able to share on live, but I'm glad to share here. My original thought was, man, I don't like the way he treats his girl. I told Desi, I don't like the way he treats his girl. That don't seem right. I don't know why he's yelling at her. I wouldn't yell at you. You wouldn't yell at me
Can
when
we get
I was
one
having
second,
an
Boogie?
episode.
Sorry, we're getting every time you try and talk, we get
Boogie,
a
you
demo.
have screamed that you have wanted to delete your Minecraft character Desi in the next room. She was in the room when you said that you wanted to do an alive by cop. You have done the exact same thing to Desi as
So-
that's 1K.
It's Just K says that you've screamed at Desi that you want to delete your Minecraft character in the next room, that you want to unalive by cop. He wasn't screaming at Desi while she was breaking down, though. I think what he's saying is when your partner's breaking down, you should be trying to heal them, not further hurt them. But
True.
That's Boogie's point here.
Booger
Nail
verbally
Slammer.
mentally abuses women.
Nail Slammer says Booger verbally and mentally abuses women, and I think that Boogie admitted to he was verbally abusing Zay at some point in tonight's live stream. He felt like
100%.
he felt like he was done with her, and he just started screaming at her.
Yep, I'm going to treat her like any other host. I don't care that she's female. I don't give you you come on to my show and tell me my show's scripted and try to take down my fucking show and lie on Keemstar and lie on me. I'm going to yell at you. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, so at some point
You
he
can be
did
as
definitely
female as you
abuse
want.
her verbally.
But can I go back to my original thought process?
Wait, just
unless Sally has something
real
to say.
quick. Yeah, I do. If you pulled me up on Lolcow Live in front of 4,000 people and you tried to tell people that my husband was abusing me, if you think I'm just supposed to sit there and go, no, he doesn't, you have lost your fucking mind.
Well,
I would
respect
go
that.
fucking nuclear on you.
Same.
And just because I
same.
go nuclear, it doesn't mean it's happening.
Exactly. Everybody reacts to
Okay.
shit differently.
Exactly.
It
Well, allow
doesn't-
me to complete my full thought process, and then you can tell me
Yes.
I'm a fucking idiot, okay? So I dog ear that. I'm like, man, I don't know why. Desi, did you ever hear anything like that? See anything like that? I don't know. She doesn't talk about him very positively. So, okay, well, that's fine. We haven't really talked about him much. Okay, put in the back of my head, right? I even mentioned that to people close to me, right, Desi? Time passes. I continue to see what a piece of shit he is publicly. And I'm like, man, it makes sense to me that he's publicly a constant piece of shit and is abusive to everyone on our Discord. It makes sense that he's also abusive to his girl, especially since I heard something that sounded like that. But hey, I can't be right. I'm not entirely sure, but it's something I'll think about. I'll think on it. So then I watch about how she talks about him. I watch about how she responds to him. And having been in group therapy with other abuse survivors, having watched YouTube videos about it, having read books about it, all of those to me seem like the pattern of someone who's covering up abuse. So I go into a Discord call with S1K and I'm like, hey man, do you treat your girl well or not? And he attacks me and she attacks me and everybody attacks me. And it's not, no, we don't do that. You're stupid for thinking it's, well, you're the one with the micro penis. You're the one who fucking this. You're the one who beats your girl. You're like, whoa, holy fuck. You're deflecting as hard as a person can. And so then 2 weeks ago, I see bruises on her arm while she's live streaming. And I'm like, dude, what if he's really doing that to her? Now, what if it's not just an emotional thing, not a verbal thing? What if it's physical as well? And then I've heard her say over and over and over again, I don't want to do sex work. I don't want to do sex work. I don't want to do sex work. I've heard her say it 1,000 times.
Yeah, she says she wants to get away from it. Yeah.
And she's got a man who won't try to get her out of it. I would do anything. I'd rob a bank to keep Desi from having to fuck another man or fucking let other men see her vagina. I would.
Well,
if
that's
she
not
don't wanna do
that's
that-
not everybody's way. So like that's
I understand,
neither
but
here nor there.
if she don't want to do that, she shouldn't have to do that, and her man should do everything he can to make sure she don't have to do
Maybe
that.
she wants to get out of it on her own and not depend on a man doing it for her.
Or maybe she doesn't want to, but she's going to do it until she doesn't have to. Who fucking knows?
Yeah,
maybe
literally,
he's making her
everybody
do
has
it.
different
Maybe he's making her do it.
situations.
All
But
of
we
those
don't
things-
fucking know, and we can't really fucking speak on it because you know what else we can't do? We can't make her stop.
But on all of those things, hearing her say, "I don't want to do it, but I have to," and hearing her man treat everyone else like shit, and then hearing her man treat her like shit, and then seeing bruises on her arm, and hearing every time she defends the guy, it sounds like an abuser defending an abused woman defending her abuser. It gave me the opinion that this is the exact same thing I've seen 1,000 times before because it looks exactly like it.
Read Seth Look's donation, please.
Seth Look says, let's say Boogie is correct. The way he's going about helping by yelling and screaming at Zay would just drive her closer to S1K, and you can't save one that doesn't want to be saved. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Wanna be saved. That's such a good song.
Caden Converse says, I say we bring in S1K, and then Review Butter USA said S1K ran his mouth about Scott doing uncouth shit with Wonder Woman, right? Glass house for the Zay household. I don't know exactly what he said, but they were fighting. They've been fighting. People have been fighting in the Discord for so fucking long. With Zay and S1K, I never know who started what. I know that the Catfields and the McCoys have been at war for so fucking long. I don't know if they know why they're angry. And then
It's like one vicious circle. It really is. It's one vicious circle.
And I want to say this one specifically. Epic Brady said Exile was there the night Boogie controllers S1K. Boogie lied.
Where's Exile then?
Can I bring Exile in, Boogie?
Hit me, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna bring Exile in right after Quantum Chris's donut leaves.
Yeah, donation.
The overall consistency of it over months. Even if it's a misunderstanding, he and many others individually see signs and variables, but we all agree S1K is objective Garboso-like.
I mean, I think a lot of people think S1K is a piece of shit, and I think a lot of people think S1K is just trolling people who think he's a piece of shit, right? That's the problem.
They thought he was a piece of shit because he came onto the server and had an opportunity to be at least kind to one single person and never has.
He's actually been kind. I'm going to be honest. He's been kind with me.
He's been nice to me before too, and
I'm
him
gonna
and
be
I
honest.
used to fucking hate each other. So there's that. There's that for you.
Yeah, I don't remember him ever being shitty to me, but I wouldn't remember that stuff anyways because
I've never seen anyone defend the guy.
I don't remember people who talk shit to me because they're beneath me.
Well, look, I get why people don't like him because he talks bad shit in the Discord. I get people not liking him. I 100% get that. I ain't against people who dislike him, but for me personally, he has not been shitty to me.
Well, that's good.
I can honestly say that.
Well, that's good. He's been shitty to a lot of people.
I do know.
Again, I only think that's important because I've seen him be shitty to his girl as well.
But that's the thing. Him being shitty to other people is a separate issue than Zay.
I believe it establishes pattern that speaks to his character, but you can disagree, and that's okay. But that's my personal belief.
That's where you're coming from, and that's a fair assessment for where you're coming from. That is a character assessment. So that's why Boogie brought it up. And that's all it is.
And no calamity. Okay, so if he's kind to you, you're sweeping. No, I'm not sweeping. I have to see proof of things before I ride along with a ride.
No.
Well, Carrie Sorensen, welcome to Cash Cow. Now,
Thank you, Carrie.
Is it time to bring in Exile so Exile can talk about this? This is one.
Yeah, I want to know what I supposedly lied about.
This is 2 weeks ago when you confronted S1K, I believe.
No. Confronting S1K is good 6 weeks ago.
69 Snarky, you are right. Boogie is right to a point. So is Xylee. Oh, I thought you meant right. Okay, I read that wrong. I thought you were saying Boogie is right to have his feelings. Boogie is right to his feelings, just like I'm right to call it out.
None of you are right. You're all wrong. The only one is right is whoever can win in a fight. And that's why we're going to do a boxing event.
I'm not mad at I'm not mad at
Paradox
Billy. I'm
people.
not mad at Xylee. I'm not mad at Exile. I'm not mad. I ain't mad at Zay. I ain't mad at nobody. The only person I'm mad at is the guy who I think he doesn't treat his girl very well. And I'm never going to not be mad at that person until it's proven that he treats her very, very well. I want to see that.
Meg says, only question is why couldn't he have been at least a warning for Zay? As a former gamer wife, my husband was a whole was an a-hole or a hole. Zay wasn't expecting it. NDF, where's the proof? I mean, Zay wasn't expecting it. I don't know. Boogie, were you expecting on saying it during live?
Nope, absolutely not. Me and Keem had our little pre-show thing, and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go over this. We're gonna go over this. We're gonna go over this." And I'm like, "Man, I got a lot to say about that Zay shit. I don't know if I should or not." And he goes, "Well, think about it. Whatever you want to say, it's up to you." And I'm like, "Okay, boss." And we didn't really speak any more details about it then. And then I'm just sitting there listening, and I don't know. You can go back and look. I think I'm literally tortured by it. Because I literally put my head in my hands and I'm like, do I say anything or do I don't?
Yeah.
And I made the decision to say it, but no, I had no
looked
intention.
uncomfortable.
There's a lot of
Yeah, it
this
was very
stuff.
fucking uncomfortable.
There's a lot of stuff we do on these shows. It just comes out. We don't really plan how things are gonna happen. We're doing 2 hours a day for fucking 5-6 days a week, and the shows write themselves. They respond themselves. And I don't know if Boogie knew what was going to happen. So a warning for Zay probably would have been great. But I think the warning was 2 weeks ago when he went to talk to S1K. And
I think it was longer than that. But yeah, I gave a pretty good fucking warning that I was worried about the relationship.
Bring Exile up here.
Thank you.
All right. But yeah, it would have been much better if she knew more coming into it tonight. Of course, she was blindsided by this. I agree with you, Meg.
Everybody was.
Exile, you're live. Let's explain let's explain where you were when you heard what you heard and how Boogie was lying, please, because I don't know what's going on with your side of the story.
So the nerds thing, right? We were all in VC hanging out. We were chilling. Boogie, like always, joins VCs randomly and starts talking shit like always, Boogie, normal Boogie things. And then out of nowhere, he brings up that S1K is a piece of shit, that he beats Zay.
Well, no, what I started with, and you'll remember this, I'm like, S1K, can I ask you a personal question? Do you treat Zay well? Because I'm afraid you don't, based on what I've seen. Do you treat your girl well? And then he attacked me. Do you not remember exactly that happening?
That's not what happened, Boogie.
Then what did you remember?
You started instigating against Sick or S1K in the VC when we're all chilling, and then out of nowhere he got quiet, and that's when Zay came in to confront you about that.
Mm-hmm.
Zay confronted you about that.
Yeah, but she called me every name in the fucking book and told me I was beating my girl and had a micro penis.
Can we get a second?
I went to another
smiley face emoji.
Sorry, we just had a TTS. Nail Slammer says you were admitting the pre-show script and then laughed, but he's talking about about Keem about before you went live.
like talking about what we're going to go over tonight. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, it's pre-show script.
Also, when Boogie said that S1K yelled at Zay, I remember this stream because we were there when we had a meeting when Boogie was the manager of Nerds. It was when Pharaoh was there, it's Showdown of Nerds, who has the hottest nerd takes. Zay didn't want to go live because she had a little emotional breakdown before the stream, and Boogie kept pushing it. Boogie kept saying, do it for the content, do it for the content. Zay didn't want to do that because she doesn't like showing emotion on streams.
You weren't in the call.
Yeah, I know that, but I saw that, Boogie, because Glammy told me too.
You heard a version of it, you're just repeating her version of it. And that's fine, but you weren't there, so you can't
No, because Glammy also told me the same story, and also Glammy was worried about the same thing you said, that S1K treats Zay wrong, that he beats her, blah, blah, blah. That's something...
There you fucking go!
Yeah, but the one who came up with that shit was you and Glammy, because she was having a mental breakdown, and she was mad.
And that's when she was having a mental breakdown, her boyfriend was screaming at her.
He was trying to calm her down. And then
screaming at someone does not calm them down. You can Google that. Anyone with a brain knows it, but just in case you don't, when your girlfriend is crying and having a panic attack, screaming at her doesn't fucking help.
What if he also has his own shit that's going on? You know what I mean? That made him
Then he
fucking
needs
act
to
out
treat his
that way.
girl better anyway. I don't give a fuck what's
Sure,
going on in your
people need
life.
to
Treat
fucking
your
work on
partner
themselves.
well.
But that doesn't mean that he's fucking abusing her, Boogie.
What I heard was abusive. I'm telling you that. What I heard was abusive. I believe that 100%. Glammy heard it too, and she was worried about the same goddamn
Where's
thing.
Glammy? Where the fuck is Glammy right now? Why doesn't
I
she
don't know.
come up?
Exil's the one.
Zylia
Exil's the one who
muted.
brought it up.
I'm sorry, I muted because I was typing in the main chat looking for Glammy. I just added her in the Discord to see if she's available. Sorry, I muted so you wouldn't hear me type.
Yeah, Exile.
That was when the show still had 4 hosts.
I don't know. You're just got hearsay here. Is that what you're coming with? Secondhand knowledge?
For that show when Pharaoh, Eric, Glammy, and Boogie were there, I guess it would be secondhand. But when he came into VC, I was right there. Michelangelo was also in that VC, and then Boogie just coming in and ruined the mood. That was when everything happened.
I came in hot, and I'll admit that. I came in, and the very first thing I said was, S1K, do you treat your girl well? Because I don't believe you do. And then when I realized it wasn't going to be productive, back this up too, by the way. When I realized it wasn't going to be a productive conversation, I went to a different chat. They chased me into there. You remember that?
No one followed you to the VC from
No,
that
they
night.
did. I went to another chat literally 3 minutes into that conversation when I realized it wasn't going to be productive, and she followed me into the next chat.
Exile, what did Boogie say in that conversation that you remember?
That makes him
From
a
what I
liar.
remember.
No, I just want to hear what he remembers Boogie saying.
Well, I remember it was mainly Boogie bringing up that happened behind the scenes, from what I know. And then from there, it started getting heated. And S1K went quiet during that whole thing. So that's when he brings up Zay, and Zay starts yelling and screaming at Boogie, because Boogie was coming to the VC with these allegations to randoms in the VC. It's a normal reaction if you bring it to random people in the VC. If you're accusing someone of
It was
something,
the only opportunity I had to talk to S1K about something, and I took that opportunity. And I'm fucking sorry if that was wrong, but it felt right at the time.
See, I thought S1K was in there by himself.
Nope, there was like 3 other people. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. I had no clue who else was in there. I knew Zay wasn't. In fact, since Zay wasn't in there, it was a safe time to talk to the guy.
So it was Epic Brady said that Boogie lied and that you were in the call. Did you is there any thing you could say that Boogie lied about?
Were you in the initial call?
I was in the initial call. I was there since the beginning because it was literally S1K, me, Michelangelo, and then like two other people.
The one where he yelled at her right before Nerds. You were not in that call, were you?
No, that was Glammy.
So what am I lying
Eric.
about? So what am I lying about?
I just want to know what Boogie lied about based on that dono that said that Boogie lied and it said you were.
I think the Boogie one is referring to the VC one, not the.
Okay,
not the
so
other one.
you don't know of anything Boogie lied about.
You just corroborated what I said. I came in, I talked to the guy, they fucking attacked me. You just corroborated exactly what I said.
Well, S1K didn't say anything to VC. When you came in, he was quiet.
Okay, I just want to know what you had to add to the conversation then. Because when the Boogie lied thing was said by Epic Brady, I saw he was in here too. So I thought you had some knowledge on what Boogie lied about. So I just was wondering.
It was just mainly like who was in that VC, mainly like who.
Yeah, because he made it
was
sound
a
like
1v1.
S1K was by himself.
Yeah, he said it was a 1v1 when it wasn't.
I never said 1v1. I said I saw him in there and I went in there to talk to him. That's all I said. I didn't say, and no one else was there.
Anything else you want to add to this, Exile, as a staunch supporter of Nerds? Epic Brady's also here, and he brought up the Boogie lied thing too. Epic Brady, what do you have to add to this? You and Exile.
Okay, I'll tell you exactly what Boogie lied about in this.
Thank you.
Earlier, he said, "Oh, I saw S1K in there alone."
I never said alone. I've never said alone.
You did, Boogie. Yes, the fuck you did.
I did not. When did I say alone?
Heard you say.
Well, you heard wrong. I said I saw him in there and I went to talk to him.
because Michelangelo, Exile.
Then I'm admitting that you are right. I did not say that. If I said something that sounded like it, I was wrong to say it.
Do you think if Boogie said alone, what he meant was without Zay Zooted, so he could talk to him without Zay Zooted?
Which is specifically, yes, she was not in there, and I thought that was
That's
important.
what he meant by alone, so he could talk to him without her there?
Okay, then that's a different story. Because when he said alone, that's what I thought he was referring to. That was just S1K saying
I think he meant alone. I think he meant alone as in he was going to talk to her without her around, so he could talk to her.
Whoever else was in Nerds was ancillary to me. I wasn't worried about them. I was 5 o'clock in the morning my time. I just presumed everybody who was in there was mostly AFK. I didn't even think S1K was actually going to be awake.
Now, T-Patty says, Billy, stop giving me excuses. You can't argue with the guy if you're not having an honest argument. I'm pretty sure he meant with him without Zay Zooted when he said alone. I mean, obviously there were other people in there. But he said it, what I heard was without her there. That's what I heard. And then they heard, wait, he wasn't alone because we were there with him. But to me, Boogie was saying without her there. It's like, you just have to pick and choose here. Do you want to fuck Boogie over because he's a guy yelling at Zay Zooted and accusing her boyfriend of beating her and you think he's wrong? Fine, go there. Or do you want to fuck Boogie over because he said alone and you think S1K wasn't alone because he was there with a bunch of other dudes, or he wasn't alone because he wasn't there with Zay Zooted? Because when I heard it, that's what I thought Boogie meant. That's all I'm saying. If this is Billy sweeping, this is just Billy saying that's what I'm pretty sure Boogie meant by alone.
I think Boogie misspoke because I'm going to be honest. When he said that he was alone, I actually thought he meant S1K was in that Discord by
then
himself.
Fuck it, because that's not what I thought.
I thought it was a one-on-one.
But he probably misspoke.
I was wrong about that. Let's move on, okay? I do believe I said on live, and she wasn't there. I believe when I said it on live there, I might have said here alone. What I meant was she wasn't there. But if you want to throw me under the bus for this one, I don't give a fuck.
It's not a throw under the bus. It's not
no,
a throw
they can.
under
I'm
the
saying
bus.
if they want to be like, oh, Boogie's fucking huge liar. They can. I don't care.
Boogie. It's not a throw under the bus. It's to make it clear what you meant.
Well, it seems so. That's
what I'm trying to do.
That's what
this compared to a woman getting abused seems so silly to me. But
no,
okay,
Boogie, you fucking dumb shit. They weren't alone. There was a bunch of dudes in there. You dumb fuck. Why would you ever go in a room with a bunch of dudes? Dumb fuck. You don't see
Boogie. Why wouldn't
you have that argument instead of talking about whether or not this man treats this girl right?
Yeah, thank you, Epic Brady. Thank you, Exile. You guys have a good one. I'll see you guys later.
Yep. You too.
Thank you.
T-Berry says, have you put this passion to saving Kelly? Similar situation from what I saw. They all did try.
Well, actually,
they all did try.
They have.
And that was a lot more fucking proof than I've ever seen with S1K and Zay. So there's that.
And we also have constant contact with Kelly. We made it abundantly clear that we were there for both her and Jordy, and no matter what happens.
Yeah, I don't question that at all. I don't question
that
at all.
I messaged Jordy as recently as 3 days ago. I mean, we're in constant contact with that family. I messaged Kelly within the last week. You know?
Yeah, I've never fucking questioned. You know what I mean? That's not even a question in my book.
Meg C says, I give Boogie some grace. He faked Zay's abuse without proof. It was wrong to bring it up live. Zay was ready for a different story.
What story was she ready for then, do you think?
Yeah,
the Yo Mama shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Yo Mama, because she brought up some stuff at the end with Yo Mama and him, his weird glee with animal abuse. It's weird.
Well, I'm sorry I cut to their content, whatever they had fucking planned. But I said what I said. I was worried about what I was worried about, and I said what I said.
Yeah, Billy Hill says these people fight over the stupidest things. Well, I mean,
welcome to the LCU. No,
there could be something serious, and then there could be something not serious, and it's weird when the serious thing gets deflected for an argument over whether someone was alone, or alone as in not with their partner, right? It's like that to me is like get over that shit. Boogie's a liar because he said S1K was alone. I'm thinking alone as in not with your partner. You know, that to me that's what comes to mind.
It's. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. It's just that I know when I hear something like that, when you say alone, I'm thinking like solidly alone, and that's okay. He misspoke. Whatever. All right.
I don't think he misspoke. I think it was just not spoken well. Billy Hill says Boogie and this other guy sound like lovers. Dude, yeah, Boogie always sounds like lovers though. Boogie is always saying something that will get him fucked one way or another.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
he
a
wants
passionate
it.
man. I'm a passionate man with bad filters, and I'm not a very intelligent person either. So I say very stupid shit sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, same, honestly. I say stupid shit all the time.
I'm the only one.
And
We
maybe
all
this is
do.
just
We
fucking
all
stupid.
fucking do.
I'm the only one that is consistently intelligent in the LCU.
Yeah,
Okay.
Billy is omnipotent. Billy is above all. Billy is God. That's
So
it.
let me make it clear. I might have said and done something stupid here, and that's okay. Put the L on my face right next to the liar tattoo. I'm okay with that. But
There's
I
already
want you to
literally an
understand-
L on your face.
Right.
And an IR.
Yeah, that's true. I think the A is mostly scratched off at this point. But no, it didn't come out of a place of spite, because other than that one time, I've never interacted with S1K and don't care to. I don't have any beef with the guy privately. I don't know what Yo Mama and Zay are fighting about. I don't know about any of that, and I don't care. What I care about is I worried about this girl for 3 or 4 months, and it just slipped out, man. And it came out of a place of love. I don't
think it slipped out, right? I think she was in the news. What is happening with Yo Mama came up, and you're like, I actually have something to talk about, Zay Zooted. I think it didn't slip out. I think it's been on your mind, and you let it out, and you let it out in a way that was so fucking charged that it turned into something huge. And I'm going to say this right now, Boogie. Zay Zooted's in waiting, and I'm going to pull her up, and I'm going to try and actually keep a conversation going. I'm going to see what I'm going to do.
I'm going to mute myself and just listen.
All right, I think that's an awesome thing to do.
That's a good, yeah.
Zay, you're live on Rewind. Boogie's going to be muted, so you can try and have a conversation with him without him cutting into you.
Okay, so where do you want to start?
Okay, Beer 30 Club says literally makes no sense if you were actually worried to bring it up on live and then ambush and attack your supposed victim you're trying to make. That just was a dono that came in, and I want to say that's a good place to start. Boogie says he was worried, and then he ambushed. I want to say he could have ambushed because it's been on his mind for so long, and this was just the point where it all spilled out. Boogie is a content brain person, and shit comes out live.
A liar. Also a liar. He's never once hit me up behind the scenes. I'll show my entire DM history with him and Desi right now. I'll show every single text I've had with him, with Desi right now on the stream. He's never once hit me up behind the scenes. Never in a VC, on my life, on my cat's life, on my entire family's life. This is some performative ass shit, Boogie, and you know it. You're trying to make content.
Well, I did, if I may just rebuke to that, I did hit you up in the Nerds VC. We have several people that
No, you didn't.
That. I specifically
you went in to attack my boyfriend.
S1K, and I just
was in the room with, and I heard everything that you said about him. Then I went to get on my account to hop on to yell at you.
Yeah, I attacked him after a point, but I started with the
because
simple
he didn't
question,
say anything to you.
Do you
got
treat
triggered
your
when he didn't
woman
respond,
well?
huh?
No, he did respond, and you can say he didn't, and that's fine. But he did, and he was deflective and shitty, and then you came in.
This is so funny. He's straight. How many people came in here and said he didn't say shit? How many people came in here and said he literally sat there and said nothing?
I remember it differently, but that's fine. But
you, of course, remember it differently. That's what fits your narrative of him being a violent asshole.
I did come to you guys privately. Okay, now you can continue.
You didn't. No. You went and you yelled at him.
I
and
came into the nurse chat and asked him
something.
specifically if he was kind to you, and
you
guys
accused him and said that he verbally abused me. I was there and I heard what you said, Boogie, which is why I came into the VC
believes it too,
and
also
yelled at you.
Admitted to it, but go off.
Okay, if Glammy believes it, then let Glammy say her goddamn piece. Because when I talked to Glammy about it, behind the scenes
that he was yelling at you when you were having a bipolar manic episode.
Boogie, I think your mute button's broken.
Yeah, right? So let's talk about that bipolar manic episode, since I have to get so transparent that I owe you all this. You guys saw when I had that little sprain thing on my hand for a few days? There was a day when Nerds was not going good. I slept in way too much, I didn't plan anything, and I was freaking the fuck out. I started punching the fuck out of the floor. And it was like 5 minutes till the stream, and he was like trying to get me to stop, and I fucked up my hand when I did that, and that's why everyone was like, my friends, when they came up and they were roasting me, they're like, no more punching the floor. Like, it was like a joke because, you know, I freaked the fuck out and I punched the fuck out of the floor, and he was like trying to get me to stop. He's like yelling at me, and he's like, please stop. And then I jump immediately. Shut up, Boogie.
Oh, hold on. I have the opinion.
So let me tell my story because you told yours.
I have the opinion that yelling at you would not be constructive.
Boogie, so you don't know.
Shut the fuck up.
We get that opinion. One
Holy
second while she
fuck.
finishes.
So then from there, I immediately jump. That happened on the floor right here, right in front of where my cat stuff is. I jump right to the PC chair. I start setting up OBS like in a frantic, like just a paranoid like attack. And he's yelling. He's like, stop. He's like, do not start the stream like this. He's like, do not do this to yourself. He's like, you don't ever want to put this out there. And I was like, I know, but I was like, I can't. And I just jumped in the live on air, and he was still saying like, stop, don't. And then everyone was like, what's going on? Because I'm just like crying, I'm sobbing. And I was like, he's yelling at me. I'm panicking. But me saying he's yelling at me wasn't saying he's yelling at me and treating me like shit. I was saying all the things that were going on in my brain at that time because I was having a fucking bipolar episode, to be honest. And you know what actually does calm me down? Somebody yelling at me and fucking grounding me sometimes, because I can be a fucking idiot and I will start throwing things. I will start hitting things. I will start being violent to myself because I have problems.
Same. I completely fucking understand. I completely fucking get you, Zay. I have BPD. Bipolar and BPD are very fucking similar. I am the same fucking way. I need somebody to fucking yell in my face, to ground my ass, to make sure that I realize that what is going on is fucking real. And then, after they yell at my ass to get myself grounded, then they can fucking comfort me and everything. And then that's how that shit fucking goes. Exactly. Everybody deals with shit different fucking ways.
You need tough love sometimes, and to sit there and try to act like this was something because you love anybody.
Boogie's known pathological liar. He
Well,
still
well,
says
may
he
I
has
speak now?
cancer.
Is that okay?
Smiley face
Boogie,
emoji.
Boogie still says he fakes cancer. But he has the cancer he fakes. What was that, Boogie?
Yeah. Well, if I may, having done a tremendous amount of therapy, I have a history of self-harm as well. You might have seen recently the giant holes in my wall that I showed from my anger issues and dealing with the stress of this job. I can relate to that. But having done 30 years of therapy, I will tell you that, yes, that might work for you sometimes, but it is the least constructive path. And I believe that yelling at your partner.
This is what I don't fuck with. A man sitting up here right now, this is what you've been doing all day. A man sitting up here trying to tell me I'm a dumb woman and I don't know what I need for myself.
I'm not telling you you're a dumb woman.
I'm just saying I told you straight up. I am not. I will say to the camera, my man has never, ever put his fucking hands on me. And you know what aggravated me about this? You know why I got so upset? Because I love that man to the ends of the fucking earth. So y'all can sit there and say whatever the fuck you want at this point. But I know for a fact he's never, ever laid his hands on me. And if Boogie believed it, he would have DM'd me after the show to get my address and call that wellness check, but he didn't because he's a performative ass little bitch.
No, Keem specifically told me we don't do that. We don't call cops in the LCU. We don't go private, and I'm not allowed to do that.
But you wouldn't have done it months beforehand. All these months when you were telling all these other people behind the scenes that you thought he was doing this.
Adding cops to a
DM'd me once to get my address.
I don't believe adding cops
to
a situation helps most of the time. The last time I added cops to a situation, I am now a felon because
Boogie, here's the thing. You've been through 30, 40 years of all this learning and stuff. They got a whole lot of learning to do themselves. And you jumping the gun on it is stealing their learning from them, and it's not really going to help, right?
Well, I wish they would learn from me, and by saying...
They won't. That's the dumbest thing you could say. That's the dumbest thing you could say. I wish they could learn from me. That's the most ignorant thing you could say.
They may not be able to, but I wish it.
I wish I could suck my own dick, Boogie, but I swear to God, I could probably... Leave my home. Yeah, it's not going to happen. If you got 3 wishes, you should start wishing for something other than them to learn from you. Because they're never going to learn from you. You have 30 years of getting to where you're at, and you're just starting to like yourself.
You don't believe in cops, right, Boogie? Why didn't you call me? Why didn't you call me not once? Why didn't you? Desi has my phone number. Didn't you call me not once?
I have no interest in talking to you. I don't like you. I just wanted to help you.
Wait a minute. Everybody, hold on. Wait a minute. So, 1, a Discord server VC is not a private setting. Okay. 2, You were so concerned about her, you didn't even message her privately before you said it in front of 4,000 people.
Will you go ahead and tell him why I've never messaged Zay? Would you like to tell him?
Because we're not supposed to. It's just we're not supposed to. That's
Yes, I'm not supposed to. Desi's asked me not to, so I don't. She doesn't like the woman, and she wants me to keep most of my interactions with women to a minimum because she wants me to spend my time and my energy on her. So yes, my girl asked me not to message you, and I
are checking on if the woman is being abused or not. What?
That's what I'm saying. Then, to be honest, your girlfriend's got some crazy insecurities. No
Well,
respect for her at all.
which is why I went to your man directly at the first opportunity I had.
Yeah, I have no respect for you or your woman, and I never
don't have
will
to.
because you are the most. You both are so performative right now.
That's why I went to your man directly the first opportunity I had.
You're laying up in bed thinking about my relationship because yours is so sad. Because clearly you're not doing it right with her. You know, your relationship's so sad. You're up at 5 a.m. talking about mine, speculating on my relationship because you hate me so bad. You're trying to take me down, Boogie. But see how it didn't work. Because you're still wrong.
Physically, everyone knows this.
Call me and ask me what's going on.
I'm up every day at 5 a.m. I sleep biphasically because of my back pain.
This is just straight cap. You have lied on your face for a reason. If you have any proof I'm being abused, please
feel free to say what
it.
you want to say, but I will tell you the reason I took it up with your man at the first opportunity I had is because I do not like you and I do not want to spend time talking to you, and I did not think you would tell me the truth to begin with. So that's why I wanted to talk to him. That's why I wanted to talk to him.
You would take it up with the abuser so that the woman could, if
course.
you
If it turns out he was beating if it turns out he was hitting you.
Now,
I didn't hit Jordy in the ring, but I'd be glad to hit that motherfucker if he's putting hands on you. I promise you. I will always take it up with the abuser. I'll always take it up with the abuser every goddamn chance I get.
Now,
You
Zay.
did it when it was wings. You sat there on the couch when it was wings and watched it happen, actually, and then went and defended him multiple times and said he should be back on live. He would never do that to his woman.
Yeah,
you sat and watched it happen.
And then when I saw the car video, we showed it to the world. Then when we saw the car video and realized there was a pattern, we showed it to the entire world.
Yeah, you showed it to the entire world with no proof. You made an accusation that honestly could be seen as defamation of character. So sometimes you gotta really watch yourself before you speak.
We had the proof. We showed the proof.
Now Zay. Now, the proof of the car video, or what proof?
I'm saying that when he pushed Kelly, it looked like an accident to us at the time. Then we got the car video and realized there might be a pattern there. So we showed and discussed the pattern. The same way I heard him initially yelling at you, but I did not see a pattern yet. Once I saw a pattern, I talked about it.
How do we move on from all this? How do we get this?
Because you've never been in another private call with me or S1K ever.
Nope.
So what's the pattern here? You saw one phone call, and then you're saying one time months down the line,
the bruises on your arm. The pattern is the way that he talks to everyone else. The pattern is the way that he has fucking acted. The pattern is the way that you defend him the same way every other abused woman I've ever known defends their partner. It's such a very unique,
If there's no abuse, how should she defend him? If there's no abuse, how should she defend him? Give her some pointers. Give her some pointers on how to cover up the abuse, Boogie.
I mean, I don't know. It's actually really hard to cover up the abuse, and that's why it's so obvious most of the time when people are trying to lie about it.
Boogie, you were so worried about her, yet Boogie, listen, I understand
One
you
second.
You could have asked Kim or anyone else
I have
in
no-
the universe to talk to her. You caught her without any proof when she was prepared for a battle with Yo Mama. In the F.
When she was prepared for a battle with Yo Mama, you caught her without any proof. Well, there was no proof. They were allegations based on what he heard. So, like, what is she supposed to say? She's just supposed to say, no, we're fine. Right?
I'm still stuck on this. Boogie, I understand that you and Desi has this thing where you don't contact other women. I get it. Whatever.
Specifically ones that threw Desi under the bus.
She is killing the vibe.
I understand that.
I'm putting a kick Boogie goal.
Hold on. Desi wants to speak for herself.
Okay, sorry, I'm currently sick right now, but
it's okay.
earlier when you guys, thank you, sorry. But earlier when you guys asked that question, I fucking was caught off guard because I was moving around in the living room. I've been cleaning stuff and dealing with our fish. But when you asked that, I didn't understand the question. But Zay, the reason why I never messaged was because you never messaged me. And I get the last time we called, we basically said that it's hard for us to do that because we don't like to do those things. But it's just
you're a bold-faced liar, Desi. I'm gonna show the text on Nerds Store, so don't worry. When I showed that the last text was me texting you, and you are gonna look like a retard, huh? Because I sent the last message to you twice, actually. 2 times I sent the last message to you.
I don't have no notification from you, though.
And specifically what she's saying, let me
or yours,
let me clarify for her a little bit.
Bitch. No respect for you.
Yeah. So thank you for attacking my girl when she's trying to be vulnerable. I appreciate that.
I don't feel bad for her. Go cry about it, Desi, because you sat here and tried to act
I delete your Minecraft account. You deserve everything that's happened to you.
Ultra likes S1K.
Go ahead.
Fucking fake ass bitch, bro.
She's not gonna cry.
You will cry about it. I know you will. You told me about how you feel about when people come at you on stream. I know you're gonna go cry about it, Desi. Come on.
Oh, I promise you, she won't. Thank you for thank you for attacking someone so vulnerable. I really appreciate that. But let's go on.
You yelled at a woman. Wait, you yelled at a woman, screamed at a woman that you thought was being abused, and you had the balls to say that?
Yeah, she told me my show was scripted. She told me my show was scripted. What did Desi say wrong? What did Desi say wrong tonight? Well, name one thing Desi said wrong.
Fucking kidding me?
Tell me what Desi said wrong. Tell me what Desi said wrong. Tell me what Desi said wrong. Tell me what Desi said wrong.
You're so embarrassing. The little liar couple.
Zay, shut the fuck up. Go talk to your man. Hey,
I'm gonna keep talking, Boogie. You're a little liar couple.
What did Desi say wrong?
She lied. She lied through her teeth and got caught in 4K.
No, Xylee. What's Xylee's opinion? She's mad at Desi? Xylie's mad at Desi? Look, my girl doesn't want me to talk to you because you are human trash. That's what it comes down to.
Stay out of your business. I don't want to be in your fucking life and in your business.
Yeah,
you don't want to be in mine.
You were the one who begged to be my friend so bad that you had Boogie attack me on stream multiple times. Come on.
As soon as you didn't give her any energy, she stopped giving it to you. In fact, you're right. You messaged her a couple other times, but she realized you didn't give her the energy, so she didn't want to bother. She didn't want to bother.
She was the one who was in my server when we played Minecraft and then left.
Boogie Nail Slammer.
Discord. She left your server because she doesn't use Discord.
Meg C's coming through with 5 gifted. Boogie, we're about halfway through a goal to kick you. We're about 12 more 20s.
I don't give a fuck.
No, we're at a goal, Boogie. Nail Slammer is like halfway through a goal to kick you. So he's really bent on kicking you.
The rest of the way, I got shit to do. Pussy.
Oh my god.
Pussy. I just want to give you a heads up. Nail is like just drilling in the nails right now.
Good. Well, let me leave with this. How about this? I'll save him some fucking money.
I still never got my point to you.
Let me leave with this. No. I want to ask you a question. Can I? Let me start with a question. Let me start with a question. What did Desi say wrong? What did Desi say wrong tonight? 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 Why? Xylee, why is it okay to attack Desi? What did she say wrong? What did she do wrong?
Even message her to see if she's okay.
No, I don't talk to that bitch.
What you cared about was getting those views on that fucking live stream because that's exactly what the fuck it looked like. You cared so much.
I don't give a fuck what it looks like. I know where it came from. I don't give a fuck what it looks like. I know where it came from.
Xylee, what did Desi say wrong?
I don't give a fuck what it looks like. I know where it came from.
Desi didn't say anything. I understand Desi. I don't understand the whole problem with
So
Desi.
why was it okay to Xylee? Why is it okay to attack Desi? What did she say wrong tonight?
What I'm saying is,
fucking Zay came on my show, told me it was scripted, told me someone was telling me what to say. Fuck her. Fuck her.
That's some shit between her and Desi, okay? But you were sitting there going, thank you for abusing my girlfriend, when you were sitting here thinking that this girl was...
No, I said thank you for attacking her when she's going to be vulnerable with you. But let's move on.
Of shit!
Why does Desi deserve to be attacked? Explain that to me. Why does Desi deserve it? I know why Zay got attacked tonight, because she said I was scripting it.
I don't care about their shit.
Well, then why are you endorsing it? Why are you endorsing it, Xylee? Why are you endorsing it? Why are you endorsing attacking? Why you're endorsing everything Zay just said to Desi? Oh, you're calling Desi a retard? Fuck you, you old scribble bitch! Fuck you! You're calling Desi a retard too? Bill, fucking delete your Minecraft account. Fuck you! You endorse what she says? Fuck you! You endorse what she says? Fuck you! You endorse what she said? Fuck you! I'll remember that at 4th of July. You fucking look at Desi!
Your no titty having bitch ass too. And what, Boogie?
I will fucking get as far away from you as I humanly possibly can. Don't even look at my fucking girl. You defend Zay's right to attack this girl. Go fuck yourself. You endorse what she said? Go fuck yourself. Don't even look at my fucking girl. Don't even look at my fucking girl.
Yelling at a woman with abuse? Are you not abusing?
Only the Lily was Boogie gone.
Loud with me is gonna work, motherfucker, because I can get just as loud and crazy, bitch.
Let me say it calmly. Then let me say it calmly. You endorse what Zay just said? Go fuck yourself. Don't talk to me or my girl ever again.
I didn't
You just did. You said it was okay. That's it. You said everything she said was okay. Everything she said was okay.
That shit is between her and Desi. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm talking about you, Boogie.
Then tell Zay she shouldn't be attacking Desi. Say that shit right now. Because Desi did not a goddamn thing wrong.
Motherfucker, I don't know the
She's
shit
a liar.
between her and Desi. I don't know. I don't care. I'm talking about you, Boogie.
I do.
I came and fight with her about
Oh no, I care about my significant other. Too bad that doesn't extend to S1K.
I don't know the shit between her and Desi. I don't know and I don't care. That's something for them to work out. I'm talking about you.
Yes, I don't message this girl. I don't message any girl on this fucking server.
How much did you
went
really
directly
care?
to the abuser.
Becky, huh?
I went directly
spent
to
hours on
the
the phone with
abuser.
Becky.
I went directly to the abuser. I went directly to the abuser. Oh, I'm an asshole. Oh, how dare I take the accusation?
But wait, was Becky? You spent hours on the phone with Becky, right? You spent hours on the phone with Becky when you thought it was
accusing.
Becky.
Wait. How dare I take the accusation?
Remember when Desi was mad at you for spending hours on the phone with Becky?
I'm a fucking idiot. Why did I take the accusation to the person I'm accusing? That was a dumb thing to do.
Yeah,
I should have took it to the victim. I should have took it to the victim. I should have took it to the victim. That's way smarter. That's way smarter.
Yeah, actually it
No,
is.
motherfucker, I'll take it to the accuser. I'll take it to the accuser every goddamn time. I don't need to talk to a third fucking party. I'm going to take it to the motherfucker I need to talk to.
Yeah,
if I take this female girl, I'm going to talk to you.
Yeah, I beat my bitch. Like abusers actually go around going, yeah, I beat my bitch. No, they don't.
Hey, how often did the abused admit to it? Xylee, you did 6 years of it. How open about it were you?
Mine was actually pretty fucking obvious.
Yeah, but again, most people lie, and I knew Zay would
no
too.
Shit.
I thought the best I could do was try to talk to him, and that's the best I fucking
you know what?
did.
But here's the
and
thing,
if that was
Boogie.
wrong, if I should have been in Zay's DMs going, oh Zay, thank you for being so shitty to me and my girl, but I'm worried about you.
Okay,
I'm not that guy. I'm not that fucking guy.
That's a separate issue. Boogie, that is a separate issue.
I'm not that no, it's the same issue. That's why I wasn't in her DM. I don't like her.
Boogie, I get you don't like her.
You can talk all you fucking want. Have a great fucking night.
You're on my
Have a great fucking night. Have a great night.
We did not hit our goal to kick Boogie, but he might come back.
Fucking Christ.
And if we get that goal and he comes back, I'll kick him.
And I love Desi. That's just that I was co-signing. I wasn't co-signing that shit. The fuck?
I know, that fucking pissed me off so much.
Desi ain't got nothing to do with me.
Literally, like what the fuck? He's such a fucking asshole. Bringing her fucking into this shit.
They can handle it and do whatever they got to do. I don't give a fuck about that part. What I gave a fuck about is what Boogie did and didn't do.
Huge ass pay pig 5 months says true. Oink.
God damn.
Swig for that pig. Huge ass. Cheers to you.
For that shit.
Zay, I gotta ask you.
Cheers, Xylee.
Oh, Boogie's back.
Fuck.
Shit.
I fucking love Desi. Fuck you.
Boogie.
When you said, how dare I defend my girl when I attacked Zay tonight?
Do you understand why I said that?
Like an endorsement to me.
No, it wasn't, Boogie. Let me explain it. I'll explain it to you.
We both took it that way. Would you like to apologize to Desi?
Would you like for me to explain what I meant?
No, I'd like you to apologize to my girl because she'd like you to do that.
I would like to explain what I meant. because
Can it come with an apology first? Because it'll be in a more listening space.
Boogie, I need you to listen to me first.
Can you start with, I'm sorry I hurt her feelings, but could you do that for me?
I'm a grown-ass woman, and I'll start however the fuck I want.
Okay, well, I'm not going to listen unless you start that way, but go
Then
ahead.
get the fuck out.
Cool. No, I'll stay here. Fuck you.
Okay,
Reach
great.
your goal.
The
Make some money off my back. Make some money off my
more.
fucking name.
We only need 5 more.
Good.
So, Boogie, on behalf of everybody here, I want to apologize.
Is that Billy? You didn't say anything wrong. In fact, as usual, you're the voice of reason in a heated situation, and I appreciate you being that person.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you had to be the one to start the drama tonight. It should have been me. I should have called out drama tonight, Boogie.
Yeah, it should have been Billy.
Could have had a whole different conversation, Boogie. I could have called you out, Boogie.
I should have thought before I spoke, but I tend not to do that very often.
Huge Ass is now taking over the role from Nail Slammer. He's had enough of this shit.
Good.
I fucking love Desi. I can't believe that you can't get through your head and let me explain why I said what I said.
I just know what Desi wants, and I'd like to have that for her first, but that's
then
okay.
have Desi tell me instead of you.
Desi, would you like an apology from Xylee?
No,
Would that
I
be nice?
want her to tell me she wants an apology.
I love you, and I know you didn't mean no harm from what you said. And
Because I do love you, and it had nothing to do with your fight with Zay. It had to do with how he worded that. That's all it was. It wasn't about the fight between you and Zay. Is between you and Zay, and I have nothing to do with it at all. I love you to death, girl, and you know it.
Yep, I love you too.
Don't look at her at the 4th of July party. Don't even fucking look at her.
I'll not only look at her, but I'm gonna hug that little skinny ass of hers, and I'll kiss her on the cheek, bitch.
Till she gets an apology, I don't want you fucking near. I'll stand between the both of you.
She said she understood what I meant. She's grown ass.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Yes, I am. I might not be her dad. I might not be her dad, but I'm her fucking daddy. I promise you that. I may not be her dad, but I'm her fucking daddy. I promise you that.
Let her be a grown ass woman. You got the wrong bitch. I'm not the one to try to bully around in this motherfucking
Discord. Let me clarify why I didn't DM Zay. Okay, because it sounds like I threw my girl under the bus, and that's not the case. I've never liked Zay from the beginning, but that doesn't mean she doesn't deserve to be treated better. Her hurting Desi did not particularly change my opinion of her because it was already pretty bad.
Right.
So I have no interest in DMing her, being her friend, checking in on her, or anything else. My concern tonight comes from one place and one place only. I have carried this burden alone. I needed to set it down, and I set it down tonight. Now, what you guys do with that burden, tell me I need to pick it back up and carry it on my own, that you think it's a dumb butt fucking burden to have, that's up to you. But I carried it for the last 3 months. I've set it down. My conscience is clear, and I hope I'm wrong.
I hope you're
said
wrong
that tonight.
too.
I said it from the beginning. I'll say it again now. I'll keep saying it.
This cycle of abuse, though, continues because you've just met the goal to be kicked.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, Boogie.
Hey, Zay, I do wish you well, and I hope that you're happy. I will.
There. He hopes you're happy. Now, Zay, now that Boogie's been kicked, do you want to say anything, hopefully without being interrupted? Oh, Christ. Boogie, what do you guys say? You've been kicked. I'm 10 seconds. 5.
I'm back. I have 2 more. No, just kidding. Y'all have a good night. Isaiah, I did want to say, seriously, I don't know if you heard it. I do hope that you're happy, and I hope that you're safe, and I hope that you're well. That's what this has all been about. You can tell me anything else, and that's fine.
And again, fuck you. I don't care.
Well, I still wish that for you. I hope that
Double
you're safe.
kick.
Go fuck yourself.
That was 2 kicks we got. 2 kicks for the price of 1. Now, Zay, if you would like to say anything, hopefully uninterrupted. I think you're muted. You're good. Sorry, you were just cut out for a second.
My mic does that thing sometimes, yeah. Buff was saying it earlier. So what I don't agree with in this entire situation, what I think both Batgirl and Xylee were getting across perfectly is that, let's just say, something of the sort was going on to any woman in the LCU, because it's not fucking happening to me. But let's just say, bringing it up on live would have only made things worse for any single woman. And this him trying to perpetuate that he was coming out of a place of care, but then also saying, I never cared about Zay. I hate Zay. So it's not coming out of a place of care. What was
I
that
know.
again?
If he really,
I think that's a fair comment to make. We're gonna get a dono that's gonna read out
Boogie has
right
been
now.
the content. People stop cucking the content.
He has been the content. It has been a heavy amount of content. I do think we need some time to dip back and breathe and hear Zay, because I do want to hear Zay.
Yeah.
Like, with all of that being said, I've explained the story of the situation that happened multiple times. I didn't think I ever owed anybody the explanation of that I deal with mental health issues, because, to be honest, that's nobody's business. I didn't need to put it on the internet, but now I feel like I'm forced and put in a position where I have to, because now my mental health is being weaponized and used to spin and turned into a situation that is accusing my boyfriend of something, which, like Xylee said it earlier, this is coming out of a place of he's mad at a fight that me and Desi got into. And it wasn't even a fight between me and Desi until Boogie made it that. Boogie is consistently the reason why Desi does not have friends, and I'm not the fault of that.
Hey, so I'd like to show you, Desi just shared proof that Zay just lied on her. It's in main chat.
Go ahead, because I'll show my fucking proof of her
Well, cool.
also
It's
lying. All of the texts.
Cool, it's the
Like, this is
exact same
retarded
thing.
as
It's
fuck.
the exact same texts, so it's there.
Xylee will pull it up, I suppose. Boogie,
Yeah,
third kick of the night. Thank you, Boogie, for 3 kicks. We got 3 Boogie kicks tonight for the price of 1.
Oh, do you notice how that's on Discord, Desi? I said on text. You know, where we FaceTimed multiple times, where we communicated over text. Stupid as fuck.
This is no problem. I get it. That's why I've avoided being on stream alone. I'm always reading the comments. Zay says, no, literally, I swear they find insecurities I didn't even know I had. And then Desi says, aw. And then, sorry I didn't message, but I do care. I'm still there if you need someone to call. Is it not sent? Were you blocked, or what does that mean?
She never sent that message.
Yeah, it
so
looks
what
like
do you mean?
looks like she never sent it. Like she never put it through. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Go through the fucking text messages. Go through her fucking phone. You'll see. I sent her messages to her phone number. I texted her on her fucking birthday or whatever, and then I texted her when she was at Fat Camp because she had randomly FaceTimed me while I was on stream. And then I texted her a few days later and said, I didn't even see that you FaceTimed me because you called me when I was on stream. Do you want to call me back?
Yeah, I'll have her fucking. If I had her number on there, it would be labeled on there. I don't know. Zay?
Well, that's on you. We FaceTime multiple times. You didn't save my number. Sounds like you didn't want to be friends. Retard. I'll show the text on Nerds tomorrow. I don't give a fuck.
Tomorrow on Nerds. I don't even know what this is about. You guys not being friends? That's what this is about?
I'm saying this is retarded. This is so retarded. Who cares if me and Desi aren't friends? Like, this is so stupid.
Care.
That is dumb.
Desi needs to be loved, okay, above everybody
Then
else.
Boogie shouldn't make fucking problems for her all the fucking time. Maybe she would have friends if Boogie didn't do that.
Boogie's not a problem. Boogie is totally a fucking problem. I want to try and let you talk again. I don't know how many times you've been stepped over. Keep kicking, Boogie. Where were we even at? Are you even feel like... Sorry.
The last donation right there. How can I prove that I am not being abused? I can't. There's nothing I could do because why? Nobody actually wants to do anything.
You
to
can't prove
it.
a negative.
Because I offered, if he wanted to call the wellness check, I'd fucking make it content, Keem. I'll do it on fucking stream. Call a wellness check for me. I will stream the whole thing, the entire police interaction. Fine, if that's how we have to fucking do this.
That's
because
so
I
sad,
can tell
though.
you through and fucking through. My man has never, ever laid his fucking hands on me. So this fucking shit is bullshit. I will prove it to the police. I will prove it to anybody. I don't care. But nobody will call that wellness check because it was just content.
Well, I think the one thing that Boogie did do that could benefit if you were being abused, and I'm not saying you are, is everybody now knowing that the possibility is there would then have them look for patterns in the future. And that's if you were. I don't think you are. I'm not saying you are.
I don't think you are either.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's like the only good thing that could come out of it. But yeah, I don't think you could prove it either, and I'm not asking you to personally.
I agree with what you're saying. Like, I get, like, oh, maybe if he went to other people, but right? You know how I'm like cool with Xylee? You see how me and Xylee are real cool? Why not, if he was in a place of care, go to Xylee about it and say, hey, I think this is happening to Zay, somebody who I would feel comfortable if she reached out to me, if he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? There's tons of my co-host, Buff Weeb, you could have reached out to him. There's so many, he could have reached out to you, Billy, and I would have responded to you, anybody, but he wasn't out of a place of care. He spread it to random fans in the LCU before he even brought it on stream. He went in multiple VCs that night. He went to Test first, full of fans who have always disliked me. He went into Nerds, tried to spin the narrative there, and then he went into like another VC after that, did the same fucking thing.
One second.
Billy have a little sleep like Xylee.
Gotta have a little sleep like Xylee. Now, the idea that he was going around spreading it, I wonder if it could also be that he was going around and it was adding to his thought because those people were talking with him about it. Right, because it
that's possible.
Has been part of like a discussion, people talking about it, and maybe now that we're talking about it publicly, we can dead this fucking discussion. I'm hoping that's the best thing that can come out of this.
Is because you know who were the people who brought up this rumor or whatever? It was people that always disliked me and always disliked him. It was people, I have to say the one name I'm not supposed to say. King Scott was the person, one of the people who started this fucking rumor when he got into a fight with S1K. And then that's where that entire S1K accused him of doing anything with Wonder Woman. No, he didn't. There was never an actual solid accusation. All he said was, when the Wonder Woman was talking about all this shit or whatever, somebody said, what happened? And he said, I wouldn't put it past Scott. Did he accuse him of anything? No. Fuck no. But you know what King Scott did say? He did say that you should check S1K for domestic violence charges in Florida, and then that's why he can't leave Florida, because he had domestic violence charges. So you know who are the people perpetuating this? People who have already hated me. And you know who Boogie is then going into? Test VCs of people who don't like me. He wasn't coming out of a place of care. He was coming out of a place of true fucking hate.
That's fair. He might truly fucking hate you. Like,
he does.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm just being honest. Like, I don't want him to sit up here and act like he cares about women who were abused when he didn't care about Kelly when it happened to her.
I think he cared about Kelly. I think he also, wanted to try and work things through from a professional standpoint, from a private standpoint. He was coming from a lot of angles there. The angles he's coming at here with you, I think it's been weighing on him. He doesn't like you. He thought he could talk about it in the moment. There probably were better, safer, softer ways to deal with it. I do agree with that. I don't think he thought those through at all. Right?
No,
I think he was being...
because Boogie doesn't fucking think a lot. Let's be fucking real. Yeah, he thinks a little bit, but he doesn't think about the whole big fucking picture. You know what I mean? There are so many different ways that he could have gone about this before bringing it to live. There are probably many different ways that he could have fucking resolved this issue that he had brewing in his fucking brain before he even brought it up here. He might have not even had to bring it up on Lolcow Live if he actually fucking went about it like a normal human being. But that's asking for a lot from Boogie, because he's not a fucking normal human being, and we all know that.
But neither are any of us, right? We all just
sat here. That's true.
We all just sat here and talked about how
how crazy.
Like the both of you just talked about how you need to be yelled at to be calmed down, right?
Literally, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm crazy. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Exactly. It's not normal. And if somebody on the outside sees that, they're gonna make their assumptions. And check this out: if they don't like you, and if one case your boyfriend is a dick to everybody, and then they hear you, when you in your heart knows they were just trying to help you, if they hear you acting that way toward you, these other people aren't going to have those soft opinions of them. They're going to think this guy's a fucking dick. And he talks that way to her. He must be fucking terrible to her. You know?
You're with that, but what's always been the narrative of why did S1K get banned? Not just for shit talking, because he was shit talking defending me. Yeah. So if we're really looking at what his trolling is and what he does, it's always in defense of me. He's always been ride or die for me.
That's what a man should fucking do, you know?
Exactly.
That's what
but there's better ways to do it, right? There's a man.
That's true. But nobody's perfect. That's what makes the LCU the LCU.
Because
he's his own man. I can't tell him what to do. We have our own opinions.
I'll tell you what. If someone was fucking with my girl like that, I would not get banned taking care of the problem. I would get fucking promoted taking care of the problem. I'd become head moderator of the Discord because I'd do it so fucking smart. Before you know it, I'd be running the goddamn place. Because I don't get kicked out when I win. I get promoted.
I do. Everybody does it differently. And I get what you're saying. Like, he could do it in a way where, like, makes it easier on him, but who he is as a person, I literally have told this story before on Nerds. He fought a fucking crackhead who hollered at me one too fucking many times and then hollered at me to his face. I'm not even joking. Walked up, punched that man in the head and beat him into the fucking ground. He does not deal when it comes to disrespect when it comes to me. But that man would never, ever, ever put his hands on me. But would he put his hands on somebody who disrespects me? Any day of the week. Any day of the week.
And I think that I'm very happy that you're happy with him. Very happy that you're happy with him. And I really, really am not okay with the idea that people can just put assumptions on your relationship. But I do think that there's enough people talking about your relationship for so long that in the LCU, we need an answer to this. You guys have been at war with people for so fucking, and for a while, you weren't doing so well. You were at war with people and you were struggling to even just exist here. And now you're one of the top shows here. And this is still happening. We got to find a way where you can at least have some peace in the background, some peace of mind that people aren't going to be attacking. And I think part of that includes S1K feeding back into it and fighting people. Because I don't think he needs to be fighting your battles like this, because it just perpetuates these other people coming and attacking you. I really think the war never stops because of the way it's being fought. We got to figure out a new way to fight.
And you are a tough ass bitch. You are a badass bitch, Zay. You can fucking handle yourself. Don't get that fucking twisted.
I'm not even sure.
Appreciate
I'm not even sure
your man wants to.
I'm not even sure she needs to handle herself. I think there needs to be a whole new way that we take this whole thing into consideration. It's the same old shit. It's the same old story. It doesn't change.
That's why I was popping off on Yo Mama this morning, because it's the same tired fucking shit all over again. I can't fucking handle it.
Now, someone, Brooklyn in the chat says, Billy, why can't you just say Boogie was wrong? I think I did say Boogie was wrong. I think there's depth to the entire situation, though. I think Boogie can be wrong in the way that he came out with everything. I think Boogie can be wrong in the accusation. And then I think there can still be some sort of win in all of this for everybody. Now that the cat's been out of the bag, let's give the cat some sort of fucking life after death, right? Like the situation's fucked right now. Let's find a way to try and get some sort of resolution. If we can't get it tonight, if we can't get it tomorrow, let's try not be in the same situation a month from now. Because like we said, this has been lingering for months. This sucks for Zay and S1K and Scott and Boogie and everybody who's doing the same old shit over their relationship. And if Zay's not getting beat, what the fuck? And if Zay's getting beat, what the fuck? But one thing we can't prove is her getting beat unless she shows up one day and it's evidence everywhere. And not just a bruise on her arm, because you get bruises from doing fucking Sunday fun day. You're running out, going for a walk in the park.
This is true.
Shit, I get bruises. I don't even know where the fuck they came from.
All the time, literally. Especially in the summer, for some reason. I get way more bruises.
This whole situation is dog shit. It's bad.
I agree. I didn't even want to show up for work today because I was like, ugh, bro.
And Yo Mama has a very weird fucking relationship with animals.
I guess so. If those things are to be true, then yeah, for sure.
I mean,
well, he sent me a video on it. That's talking about, but I haven't watched it yet. We can go over that stuff tomorrow. We'll go over that stuff tomorrow. Because he gave me a video.
into it. So then it'll perfectly line up, actually.
One second. Chromagato is about to get read
Say
off.
that not fair for you to get upset PPL assuming about y'all relationship when you just assume everyone that test fans hates you. I don't have hate for you nor agreed with PPL attacking you for being in sex work.
The test Zay fight has definitely been going on for a long time. Nightmare and Zay have had a long storied battle. That's just
I'll say Chromagato does have a point in that. Like, she absolutely does. There have been test fans out there who have been supportive of me, so I was kind of overgeneral in saying that, but I should have cleared up and said that the specific people that were in the test VC that night were people that I know have been known to like constantly cause problems with me previously. It wasn't like Chroma, it wasn't Huge Ass, it wasn't Krusty. Like, those people I've always like been relatively cool with. There's been test fans where we haven't had issues, so I'm sorry if I generalized.
Just because you're a test fan doesn't mean you're part of the people that attack Zay. Just as like if you're a Nerds fan, doesn't mean you're necessarily even a fan of Zay. You could be a fan of Nerds because you're a fan of Buff and the content. You could be a fan of Rewind and still not like me. I don't know why you would. I'm awesome.
Humble.
Underline. But
underline.
But yeah, it's the
last thing I want to say about like what S1K says in the Discord, especially like as of recently, I have told him like, you don't have to defend me all the time. And he's been more so, the recent fights he's been in, I feel like have been his own personal beefs because he is in the VC sometimes. He has his own shit going on with different people. The shit that's going on between him and Steak is shit that has been going on for months from before Steak was a host, and the shit that he said about me, the shit he said about him, and it just hasn't been let go. And I'm not trying to say I agree with all the things that he says sometimes. He's a very aggressive person. But, you know, I'm going to let him do his thing. He's going to have his own opinions. He's going to be his own person. He might be my partner, but he's not a reflection of my opinions.
He definitely represents you here, though, right?
He represents me as my partner. I agree with that. He represents me as my man, my boyfriend, like all that good stuff. But
like if Desi was running around treating people like shit around here, it would come back on Boogie. Same thing comes.
That's the way it works.
Same thing comes back with every person's partner, which is why I am going to tell everybody right now I am dating a Voldemort. So I technically shouldn't. I'm dating all of them.
Oh fuck, the big scandal.
Do they know? I definitely need my stress Taco Bell after this live now.
What the fuck?
I'm about to get stress canes after this for real.
I just want to say, because I saw Keem and Boogie mention this in the main chat in the Discord. They were saying, like, yeah, like having a person yell at you is like totally like a good way to fucking like ground yourself or whatever. And I just want to say, to clear the fucking air, because you have to over-explain everything in this fucking universe, especially online. I am not saying that I want my significant other to bitch and yell and scream at me for fucking hours on end. I am just saying that it's a nice fucking wake up, a hello, to ground my ass, my crazy ass back to reality, for a motherfucker to be like, hey, bitch, fucking, you're here, this is real, and then to comfort me right after. It's not like a whole fucking long ass segment where they're fucking screaming at me and making me feel like shit. It's like a 1 second thing where they're like, hey, fucking come back to reality, and then they're there to comfort me. So I just wanted to clear that up. You
don't know everybody's personal situation. Sometimes screaming helps, and the partners know that. You don't know. And sometimes it's not that. You don't know. You know, sometimes people consent to being literally punched in the face. It's sick, but it's true though. It's true.
I know. I'm laughing because I know. I've known people like that.
Yeah.
You're laughing. You're laughing because you know.
See, I'm the type of bitch. I'm the type of bitch. This is why my husband is perfect for me. I'm the type of bitch you need to put me in my place, right? But my husband found out the perfect way to put me in my place. He's opposite.
Yes.
He knows yelling at me won't do it. So I'll be in the middle of yelling, being mad about something. He gets up, walks away, goes into a room and closes the door. I end up apologizing every time, even if I'm right.
Yeah, I would chase his ass
He
down.
knows.
I have problems. I would chase him down and I would keep screaming. That's my problem. And that's why he'll do that. Where like, especially when I was like punching the floor, what he was literally just being like, stop hitting the floor. You're hurting yourself. Like you're going to make things worse. And that's always what he says. He's like, you're going to make things worse before things get better. Like, especially when he's yelling. That's the number one phrase I always remember him saying.
Oh,
and he's so right when he says that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Zay, next time you think about punching a floor, maybe you should save it for Lolcow nerds and do it to some of your cool shit in the background and get a crash out video made so we can rewind it.
This monetize that
this
bitch.
is one of yours, by the way. Exile Warrior says, I'm a fan of Doll. I'm a fan off Doll. Cussy, I like me that caramel swirls with them curves. Smiley, yes, it's beans.
Really, Exile? Was this the time to do that? Really? Good job, Exile.
I know you're doing it to embarrass me, Exile, because I just claimed you as my best friend in the main chat, so you need to stop, Exile, because you cannot embarrass me like this. Like, I can't just say you're my best friend and then you're caught gooning it.
Why don't you reel in your fucking goon troop?
Oh, God.
Exile, you're on your own for this one. I'm disowning you tonight.
Retro Nook says, after hearing both sides, I'm sensing Boogie is projecting due to unhealed wounds, and I'm more concerned about Desi. Now, I know Boogie pretty well.
Oh, he loves Desi. I'm not concerned for Desi.
Don't think Boogie is like that with Desi.
Not at all. He loves Desi, and she loves him.
But I'll say this. We don't know. Just like we don't know with Zay and fucking S1K. We just don't know. We don't know. We don't know with Wings and Kelly. We don't fucking know. We can assume everything. We can think everything. We can see so much evidence, but we just don't have knowledge of what actually goes down. And we actually don't even know, even with some proof, what they consent to in the background. It's fucked. Relationships are super complicated. I know one thing, though. I'm so fucking awesome.
Jesus Christ. I need the Taco Bell. Is it 12 o'clock yet?
No.
We got 9 minutes left, Xylee.
Bruggs says,
I need a cheesy gordita trunch.
Nobody cares about your fucking stress tacos. I'm trying to read donuts, Xylee.
Go read them.
Brooks says Zayzuda can't be getting beat because she's a god gamer. S1K wouldn't beat her god gamer girlfriend. Damn. Gafgarian
so
says,
real.
You guys looking for mods over here? Gainfully unemployed at the moment. Just saying. Let me add as moderator.
Whoa,
Bang,
who are you
bang.
adding as moderator?
Gafgarian.
Oh, okay. Gaff, yes. Gaff, good.
Yes.
We love Gaff.
Remod Gaff. Remod Gaff. He wasn't the one who turned me off. He was fixing his pool.
Retro Nook says, after hearing both sides, I'm sensing Boogie is projecting. Oh, I just read that.
Yeah.
Generally, 4489 says, it's innocent till proven guilty. Zay and S1K are the only ones who know what happened. And the fact Boogie brought this up with no proof is BS. Zay, you are special and don't listen to the hate. The fact that Boogie brought this up with no proof, I mean, Boogie is messy as fuck all the time. He saw it, he thought it, he dropped it. We resolved it, hopefully. I'm not sure this is over, though. I'm hoping it was. I'm hoping Rewind was it.
I don't think it will, but I'm hoping last too long because, quite honestly, this has given me a massive fucking headache. Thank God I have Diet Mountain Dew.
This is why I'm drinking tonight, Xylee.
Master Champagne.
I don't drink very often.
Well, look, alcoholism is really a good thing. I've come to realize.
Yeah, I'm getting back into it.
Now that Xylee's an alcoholic, we need more hosts that are. Master Champagne. Speaking of alcoholism, Master Champagne.
I'm getting back into it.
Master Champagne says, I hate to sidebar everything here, but can we address that socks are just boneless shoes? You're welcome.
But I'm bummed.
Billy Hill says, I yell at my girlfriend. My girlfriend is my hand. I bet she hits you back. I bet you she abuses. I bet you she abuses you a lot, you little sick fuck. Seth looks says the real victim here is Yo Mama because Boogie hijacked his beef with Zay. Damn.
Yeah, because that's what they were going to be talking about because he had Batgirl Zay thumbnail. That's what it was supposed to be about.
James, he says, how can Zay prove she isn't being abused? And did Boogie say that his life left because he was screaming at her? His wife, maybe you meant? I think she left for a lot of reasons. They did fight a lot and they screamed a lot, I suppose. I don't know. Maybe. I can't say everything he said.
I have no clue. I wasn't around then.
Billy Hill says they spiked the punch at the LCU Colt today, I see. Yeah, and I chugged it. I'm a dumb shit. Seth looks says, sounds like Boogie is trying to control Desi, and that's a form of abuse by his logic. Any attempt for him to say he isn't is proof that he is. True. Seth looks once again getting a huge W over Boogie. Whitehammer 78 says everyone's relationships are different and people handle things differently in their relationships. Some people talk, cry, or yell it out. Yeah. And sometimes, and I say this, sometimes, like Sean Connery said, you've got to
God, you got that look in your eye.
You've got to smack a woman. It's Sean Connery. It's James Bond. Women love him. Got to give her a little slap. That's what he said.
Today's the day.
It was Barbara Walters' interview. Got to give her a little slap, he said.
I love you, Billy.
Al, can I answer one thing from your chat that I keep seeing them ask?
Please do, yeah.
Yeah.
They keep saying, why did I talk about Tina's son? Well, if you watch the stream, I explained that actually in 4K. Now, there was a stream back on Aussie where me and Tina got into it because she was talking about my boyfriend, and I talked about her son in response. And Tina, I told her, I said, I promise you, Tina, and apologized for it, and said, I will never talk about Albert again as long as you agree to not bring up my boyfriend. She agreed. And you know what she did again? Bring up my man on stream first. So you know what? It's all fair game, bitch. You can keep crying wolf about Albert every single time, but I made you a deal and you broke it first. So you can hop off with your one fucking leg. I do not care. Thank you.
There you have it. That's why Zay did the most horrible thing you can do and talk about someone's child. She's a mean fucking bitch.
Yeah, I never claimed to not be. I will own up to that. I am a cold-hearted bitch. You come at me, I will come back 10 times harder every single time. I do not care.
Exile Warrior says, I'm so sorry, Abuelita Ziley and Bestie Zay. Was just trying to break the ice. Dude, you fucking didn't break the ice.
You did good.
You hot glued the fucking ice, you little sicko.
Hey, he tried to break the ice and Boogie tried to call the ice. Did we forget about that? Did we fucking forget about that?
Yeah, Exile, you better be careful. You better be careful. Boogie was trying to.
I actually did, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have enough time to get into that now. We got 3 minutes left with donos to read. Billy Hill said, "Bye, Boogie. Tool Vicarious. Can we flip this now? And how Boogie acts is toxic as hell. Desi's a grown woman. You're not her daddy, Boogie. This is just flat out weird. Tool, I got to tell you something. There's a lot of grown women who choose their daddies when they're old enough to." Master Champagne says, "This is so stressful. I can sense Roxy smoking a whole pack miles away from all of this. If she can afford them." Kaidik says, well, how about those Mets? Shit, man. Billy Hill says, Billy, you need to calm down. Tell me about it. I'm going to go smoke a whole pack of cigarettes.
I might go buy a pack of cigarettes.
If I can afford them. Phantom Void says, so how is everyone? Wish I would have read that earlier. I was doing a lot better back when Boogie was here. Bigfoot says, LolcowRewind going to be lit tomorrow. Got a lot to say. Batgirl and I going Scorched Earth. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Earth, I'm Batgirl? Ready. I'm ready.
Your little yelling ass was yelling earlier. Huge ass.
I was yelling. I was yelling at your mama. Should I start drinking at 8 a.m. again to refuel my alcoholism rage?
Yep. Do Bloody Marys. Control Jella.
Not at 8 a.m.
This is glad we had Rewind to help us through this. Bloody Marys are okay at 8 a.m. Do Bloody Marys. Heck, welcome to Cash Cow. Good luck sweeping this, Billy. I'm okay with the broom. I'm like Harry Potter with the broomstick. Does he fly like a witch? Isn't that a Quidditch thing?
Jesus Christ.
Neglected Tipple says Desi will say whatever unless you feel better or believe like a cancer stuff. Remember that? I do. Damn Tipples. Angel says, Billy, how's the weather? It was wet. Quantum Chris says, good timing for Xylee to have gotten a new mic. Outdated Panda says, this is for poor Billy in the middle. I'm just a little boy. I don't give a... I dug too far down. Welcome to Cash Cow Tipples. Overlord says, we all know S1K gets a lot of our nerves right. This issue is abuse. Accusations is dangerous work. Especially some men are locked up based on those accusations, lying and losing half of their life. I don't think it would go that far. I swear. I sure hope it fucking wouldn't. It's terrible.
Yeah, I hope not. Yeah.
Seth looks as according to Boogie logic, that's literally nothing Zay can say that isn't her covering for S1K. Boogie, you gave your opinion. Keeping it going doesn't make you a hero. Boogie is a hero in his own mind, always. Meg sees to say is amazing. What the fuck? Thank you for reminding everybody, Meg. Sometimes we forget that because Zay's such a tiny Xylee, and we know Xylee's superpower. Twisted Puppet says, I like cereal. Fuck, I needed that. Thank you again, Meg and Gaming with Ultra for the membership grifteds. Nail Slammer just dropped so many to get Boogie gone. Same with Hugh Jazz. And I think there's probably still more. Chromagato said, what is the end goal here? Genuine question. I think we got there. Google Vicarious, this is stupid. Now can we move on, please? It's just K. Boogie was saying the crash out was content. And I've said, Zay is 100% right. I understand, Zay. Boogie, you're so wrong here. Billy Hill says, World War III going off in Lolcow, and Billy will defeat all. That's the plan. Same girl, same says, hurry, let's get $60. We don't have enough time. We gotta go. Meg C says, Zay, your love, this was not the way the whole conversation happened. Please know I'm thinking about y'all. Meowser says, show idea, Lolcow group therapy. That's a great idea. Nail Slammer says, Biller, it hasn't rained since Saturday. We need to make you fucking wet, Nail. We need to make you fucking wet down there, wherever you're at. Let's make you wet down there. Beer 30 clap. Literally makes no sense. You're all actually worried to bring it up on live and then ambush attack. You're supposed victims you're trying to make. Billy Hill, these people fight over the stupidest things. T-Berry, have you put this passion of saving Kelly similar situation from what I saw? I do believe we read that earlier, so I'm going to say we read them all. Zay, Batgirl, thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you so much.
We'll let you talk more on another day. You got your own shows to talk more. We're gonna run. I gotta send everybody over to Aussie. Everybody in Aussie, please tell Aussie, don't hit.
$60.
Mavsy coming through with a meow. Meow.
Thank you, Mavsy.
All right, everybody. Go tell Aussie.
Bye.
Go tell Aussie no hitting. Good night.
Thank you, Gaff.